Hey, dear one, I have promised to talk about a topic that might be quite painful for some of you. And the topic is why they don't believe you. Um, and I know this can be kind of even more painful than the incident itself because if you have been abused in some way, this was one person, one situation, or very few people. While now that you try to process this and need to process this for your healing, the ones who should actually provide this safe space that I have spoken about in the last episode, they totally fail on that. And I know this is really painful. I know this from own experiences, and I also know it from a lot of other people I have spoken with. And many say that actually that their family and friends did not help them or did not believe them or did even think they are crazy or something like that, that was worse or made it much worse because actually it turned something that has been very terrible and awful already, turned it into a total nightmare. uh, yeah, yeah. And Um, over time, I realized there are different reasons, but actually, they all come back to the same reason why the others don't believe you, don't help you, why they don't offer what you need to to process what happened and what you need to heal. The first thing is to accept that they don't have what you need. Don't ask a beggar to give you a pile of money. That's not going to happen. And don't make it even more painful by making it something personal about you. The reason that they don't help you, that they don't believe you, and that they actually fail has nothing to do with you. It's all about them. And that is, no matter what the answer is why they don't help you, that is the core message that you have to keep in mind. It's about them that they fail. Because it's ironic, but actually they fail themselves. Yeah. Um, okay. The people who don't believe you, who might say, yeah, this never happened, or it didn't happen the way you experienced it, or you're making it up, or you're just crazy, or that's just not true. One thing is they cannot, for some reason, bring together that reality that you offer with the reality they have created in their own mind. For example, they believe that this is a loving father, and you tell them, no, he's an abusive son of a. Yeah. They can't bring that together in their reality, and therefore they choose the reality that is the most comfortable for them. That's it. They just That's one of the main reasons why that happens. And I said beliefs are dangerous, and people believe to have in a narrative. They believe in a story that they have in their mind, and they would do anything, and I mean anything, to to protect that narrative that they have created for themselves, because this is their reality. And it is stunning. It is really stunning how the human consciousness is working, and what we can ignore. That is, and we're doing it all the time. We are really, really selective. Everybody is very, very selective what kind of information we allow to come in. Most of the information we do not allow into our consciousness. It's just all thrown under the rug, so to speak, and we just focus on a very tiny, tiny fraction of incoming information. And the tiny fraction that we focus on has everything to do with our beliefs. And only if it happens to them, then suddenly their reality is shattered. And then the same thing might happen to them. Nobody's going to help them, nobody's going to believe them. And others will tell them, yeah, you're making it up and you're crazy. And yeah. So, yeah, that is really important. It's not about you. They don't reject you and your truths, don't identify with that. They protect their reality at all costs. And I know this is painful, but actually try to get another perspective on that. Because they are not rejecting you, they are telling you who not to spend time with. Because that's not what you need now. Those are not the persons to hang around with. Not at all. And because they are kind of, those people are wounded in themselves. And therefore, they have lost the ability to deal with reality. And they are living in their, in their illusion, and that illusion is so important for them. They will not let go of that illusion. And also, I have to say, we all do this, and I have done that myself. I have ignored myself to be in a relationship that was far from perfect, and also later when I came across people who have been abusive, I was just projecting my own positive mindset onto them, and was just finding excuses for bad behavior, for example. And we all do this to some degree, so don't be too angry at those people who refuse to accept what happened to you, because yeah, we all do it. Just they might do it in a situation, yeah, where they shouldn't, where they should be there for you, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Also, you might think you shared to help them to realize actually the person they are living with are not who they believe that person is. Or yeah, if you have been in a kind of cult or something like that, that the guru is actually not that uh, enlightened, perfect being that he pretends to be. That this is just an image that he presents, but that is not who he truly is. You might want to share this with other people who have been in there, but in most cases you will not be successful. And I can tell you this shouldn't be your priority. Your priority is to take care of yourself and only yeah, allow people in your own space that you can really, really trust. As I said, the safe space is really important to process and to heal. And even on the long term, when those people cannot harm you any longer, people who don't believe me, they can't harm me, but it's just not, why would I spend my time with those? There's so many people I can spend my time with, yeah. And I insist in good company. So yeah, um, be really be aware that they don't have what you need. Yeah. And if you are the only person who has what you need, as I said in the last episode, then yeah, write your story down. Make sure you believe yourself, because actually this can be so disturbing that you don't even know yourself what actually happened and what was that all about and why did it happen and all of that. Um, there are two things about it. If if you try to understand it with your mind, you might not be very successful, at least in the beginning. And there might be parts to that story that where you will never know the truth, why and how, and yeah, that's actually not that important. I know our mind tries that because our mind believes he is the one who has to take care of our safety, and therefore he wants to understand. But I can assure you, your mind is not the most important part now. It is your heart space that is actually your safe space, and therefore it is more important to process this on an emotional, energetic level. So it's not important to understand how, when, why, and who did, said what. It's not important. It's important that you come into your own heart space and that you just process these emotions. Just let it come out, and also make sure, if your mind one if you want to give your mind actually a task, it is not to find out everything about the story. Tell your mind he can make sure that you will take good care of yourself, that yeah, you get fresh air and exercise a little bit and have good food and have fresh water, and that you sleep, and that your mind is taking care of your physical needs. That is something the mind wants to be engaged, and therefore he's like a dog a little bit. Your mind is like a dog, and sometimes when he can't understand what is happening, he's nagging at things and he's holding at things. So give him something useful to do, something like, yeah, you shall take care of your physical needs, that, and remind you that you have to take care for that. So yeah, um, you make sure that you have to believe yourself. Maybe over time you will have details coming together where you will get another perspective of what happens. Be careful to not create beliefs out of what you have experienced. That is again the mind. If you just are in pain and you all have these painful, hurt emotions, and you feel, yeah, betrayed or lonely or something like that, um, don't believe those stories. Don't create such a narrative. It's just a process. Allow all of your feelings, and but don't create such a narrative. because it is the narrative that is dangerous, because others have their beliefs that they defend, and don't make that mistake to also create a belief. um, I'm always open to have new information coming in that are giving me a little bit different perspective. Yeah. Never close this case. That is, yeah, if people have a belief, they close the case, and then never allow anything new in. So, another reason why people do not believe you, as I said, they cannot deal with it, and they are traumatized themselves. And also, it says that they are in some way corrupted themselves. On a subconscious level, they might realize there's something about that, but they don't want to look at it because of their own pain. And also, I have realized people who have this mindset, that hierarchical mindset, um, they actually take sides with the person they see as powerful. What is totally nonsense, because someone who's abusive is not powerful. Why else would this person try to abuse other people if they are so powerful? Someone who's powerful doesn't need to do that. But that's the inversion that has happened in the narratives on this planet, and everybody believes in that hierarchical structure, where there is this strong, powerful being that is ruling over all other beings. While yeah, it is totally crazy. You wouldn't have to um, yeah, abuse other people with no need, if you would be that powerful. But in their perception, that being is something they want to be themselves, and therefore they actually hook up with this person on some energetic level. And yeah, so they have corrupted themselves. They have handed over their power to this person. They are projecting something on that leader, that husband, that whatever. For example, in a family, if there is an abusive father, and the woman, the mother is feeling she's too powerless, to take care of her own needs and take care for the family. On a subconscious level, she might decide to, yeah, bind herself to the provider of the family, for example. Or if it is the case of guru or teacher, the person wants to be that enlightened, mighty being, and therefore they identify themselves with that person, and they have handed themselves to that person, and therefore, again, we come back to that they cannot allow your truth to disturb their reality. But yeah, as I said, this person is, therefore, they are not judging you that you are not trustworthy, or that they cannot believe you. They are judging themselves that they are, yeah, they are powerless beings who did invest in a narrative that they will not let go of, and where they will not allow other information coming in, and they will reject all kinds of information coming in to protect their narrative, and they don't want to be disturbed by your truth. That's the point. And yeah, that is a person that is on their own path. That is not your business. You are your business. And people who don't believe you, just let them be, and make sure to be in good company, And if this would mean you're just with yourself, then you're in good company. That's for sure. Yeah, I know it's not easy, and but please just change your perspective. This is what I want to offer with this video today. Change your perspective and don't allow a belief like, yeah, maybe, yeah, this is someone you might love. This might be a family member that you dearly love, and they tell you, yeah, you're crazy, and you're making this up, and that never happened, or you caused it yourself, or whatever it might be. And this is painful because you would not do that to the other person. And that is what is painful about it. But actually, this tells you to not not invest in that person that would not help you. This person that doesn't help you, you shouldn't be the one who's then taking care and of this person, or allowing this person to be really really close to you. You shouldn't do that. Actually, it's a huge, huge sorting out in your life, and on the long run, you will benefit from that a lot, because we all can have hundreds of friends, and I'm someone, I know a lot of people, but we always have to make sure that those who are really close to us, that those are the people who are really loyal and that are really trustworthy, and that have actually the abilities and that are capable of being close to us, because only they deserve our loyalty. It's not about deserving, but only then it's making sense. You cannot be loyal to someone who's not loyal to you. That will just give you pain on the long run. And if you have experienced abuse or anything like that, you're not in a position where you can be so generous. Later, maybe. But as long as you have to process, you cannot allow people of that kind being too close to you. And accept their shortcomings, don't blame them for it. They must have gone through some stuff themselves, that they have created the narrative, that they did hand over their power, and they will have to deal with that on their own journey at some point. So they will have to go through something themselves. But that is not your business. Use your business. Yeah. So believe yourself, write down your story or share it with someone you can trust. Process this, and yeah, trust in yourself. That is really, really important. Believe in yourself, because I believe everybody of us is capable to overcome this and to regain our strength and to heal. Yeah. Okay, that's it for today. Please take good care. Until next time, your Natalie.